And the last item that was discussed, I'll mention this just because it'll be a budgetary item. We're looking at potentially for the budget, adding in a sustainability plan for the district. A couple points I'd just like to make about that. That's something that I think is very important. It is a cost, but there are a couple of things I think that, some reasons I think to include it in next year's budget. School district has the biggest producer of greenhouse gases in the township. It's not to place blame or anything, but we just are a very large entity. A lot of buildings, a lot of buses, a lot of vehicles. We as board, I think, could use some overarching policies for environmental stewardship and sustainability. It'd be helpful to guide some of our policies and operations moving forward. It also aligns with our mission statement and goals. One of the things that we talk about is creating contemporary citizens, and this, climate change is an issue that will have to be dealt with in future generations. So I think that's important to get students engaged in it now, and to lay some framework for them to follow moving forward into adulthood. Students and parents have been asking for this now for several years, for some kind of a plan, some kind of effort, and we do make efforts every year. JD comes in; he's our facilities person, looks at changes to increase efficiency, to decrease our costs, but one person can't see everything. So this would get a third party in here to objectively look at everything and make some determinations. And finally, there's economic benefits. These plans generally identify cost savings. Some things will probably have cost impacts, but most of them have cost savings. And those are some of the low-hanging fruit that we'll be able to incorporate. And one of the big things also is that this opens up grant funding. I do a lot of grant writing in my personal business, and I know that just from doing it, that if you have a plan and you ask for money to implement that plan, you're much more likely to get awarded grants. If you're going for grant funding for electric vehicles, for example, or for a recycling program, if that's stated in a plan, you're exponentially more likely to receive those grants. So this is really an economic thing. Our district does a great job at getting grants. I believe we actually got grants for the propane bus program and for school security measures some years ago. So adding in a plan that actually has some of these measures, I think, will be very important to help get those kind of those funds in the future. And I know I said a lot. I apologize for that. But with that,